The F distribution has to do with the ratio of a standard deviation of a sample with a standard deviation from the population. And as such, since it's a ratio, we'll have a standard we'll have degrees of freedom for the numerator as well as degrees of freedom for the denominator. Okay, and this distribution is used for our testing the standard deviations, which is the chi-square test. This will all play into it. Okay, so you'll have to note your degrees of freedom for the numerator and degrees of freedom for the denominator. So now we're being asked to find the probability that F is between these two values. This is a lot like the normal distributions that we did earlier on, back in week 4, I think. So we're going to calculate, determine whether or not, determine the probability of F being between these two values. So this is two different problems, so let's go and look at it. So here's the first part, an F distribution with 46 numerator, 0.98, less than F, less than 120. So the F distribution is here, F with a little box by it, and that is a right-tailed test. So we're going to need to deal with this from the right. DFN is the degrees of freedom for the numerator, and DFD is the degrees of freedom for the denominator. So now, just like we did with the z-scores, the normal distribution, we are actually looking for this little section between 0.98 and 1.20. We want to know the proportion of the whole graph that falls into this category. Well, since the F distribution is right-tailed, we have to divide this picture up into two right-tailed pictures. So here's 0.98 and above, and here's 1.20 and above. If I superimpose the 120 over the 1.98 and take away that 120, notice it'll leave this part that is the middle that we've been asked for. So first we'll find the probability F is greater than 0.98 minus the probability that F is greater than 1.20, all with the same numerator and denominator degrees of freedom, and simply subtract. Okay? That's all there is to those. The biggest deal is trying to find what is the picture. Are we looking at the right? Are we looking at the left? Are we looking in between? And then making the calculator, accommodating which direction the test is, because sometimes your tests are left-tailed, sometimes your tests are right-tailed. So you have to observe what the calculator does for you.